Hey, my new K9 bait is just that. It is going to be called K9, which is K and then dash and 9 Nein. Whoever, there's no name on that. What is it? Hold on a second. It is user dash like IC8NE9FR9Q. That is the one who guessed it. If that's you, go ahead and get a hold of me, man. I'm going to give you a coyote for guessing a great name for a bait. So I appreciate y'all. Enjoy the video. All right, you guys. All right, y'all. I ain't put up a video for a few days, so I figured I'd check in. My brain's about melted. We got triple digits the past 3 days. I pulled into my homestead today and it was 98 degrees, and I live off grid, and I don't have all my insulation in my ceiling and all that, so it's hotter than four hells here. But anyways, you'll know more about my homestead later on and what I got going on, so just hold off on your questions on that if you would, because I'm just going to have to ignore them. But I want to talk a little bit about what I set up and why I set up. I don't think I'm getting my point across to some guys, maybe, I don't know. But I got primary locations and I got secondary locations. And then I have primary and secondary within them, if I can explain that correctly. And this is not something that I can tell you exactly where to go or what to do. You're going to have to find all this stuff out on your own. I can't do that for you, you know. So anyways, what I consider a primary location is not a travel way. That is the second thing I look at is travel ways. The first thing I try to find is my resting locations and my rendezvous spots. And then I look at the travel ways in between those spots. So the reason being, I think the first couple years, that's what I focused on was travel ways. And my success rate was really, really low. Okay. And here's why. A wolf, they're habitual learners. They always have an escape route. So wolves aren't going to go ahead and just have one travel route, and that's how they get from point A to point B. You got to understand that. They're going to have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different ways they're going to go from point A to point B. In case one of the ways is compromised, they're going to take another way. You got to understand that's why wolves are so they're so freaking smart, and that's why there's so many of them. They're not dumb animals. So when I look for travel ways, I look for the spots. First of all, I got to know my point A and I got to know my point B. Okay, where they headed to. That's really, really important when you're wolf trapping. And wolf trappers that get along with each other, you guys should communicate this stuff with each other. If you guys truly, really want to go ahead and harvest wolves and help ungulate populations, wolf trappers really should be working together and not against each other. I see too much of this stuff where they're working against each other because of egos and pride. I look at it this way. There's another guy that's going to be trapping really close to me. That's awesome because I hope he catches all of that pack. Then I won't have to skin the sons of bitches, okay? So I'm rooting for him. And him and I need to be communicating on when packs are coming through and whatnot, so we can go ahead and help each other out. That's just how I look at it. There's too much BS going on between wolf trappers and whatnot. So yeah, it's hot in here, so maybe I'm getting a little bit heated. But okay, back to it. So what I'm looking for on travel routes is I got to know where point A is and point B is. And if there's 4, 5, 6, 2, or 3, or whatever routes to go to that, there's going to be some that cross, you know. They're not all going to go on a straight line. Some of them are going to cross. And where those cross, you're going to want to set those up. You might have 3 different locations that are crossing in the same spot, or 3 different travel ways crossing in the same spot. Those are the spots you want to set up. So that's a primary travel spot to set up. Your secondary travel spot would just be where they're not crossing, where their travel routes are not crossing. So the first thing I look for is the rendezvous locations and the resting spots, and then I start focusing on travel routes. And then I'll go ahead and set up the primary travel routes, which are where the other travel routes cross. If you're only focusing on travel routes, you need to get out there and find your rendezvous locations where you can catch more wolves. Anyways, that's my tip of the day, and I'm going to go jump in the creek or something because it's damn hot here. Thank y'all.